Ever wonder what happens when you kick the bucket, buy the farm, or, die? No? Just me then. Alright, moving on. Death, the great beyond, the final frontier, whatever you call it, it's a mystery that has intrigued, baffled, and sometimes scared the living daylights out of us for centuries. Traditionally, we've understood death as a definitive line, a clear cutoff point. But what if it's not? What if our understanding of death is, well, dead wrong? Enter a group of intrepid researchers at the University of Michigan, led by Professor Jimo Borjigin. They've been delving into the dying brain, probing the gray matter to uncover secrets that might just turn our understanding of death on its head. Their research, focused on the brain activity of patients in the neurointensive care unit, is aimed at shedding light on what really happens when we shuffle off this mortal coil. Their findings? Well, let's just say they've given a whole new meaning to the phrase brain dead. So, are we really pushing up daisies or just having a really long nap? Let's find out. Enter patient 1, a 24-year-old pregnant woman who, unfortunately, didn't get the memo about avoiding near-death experiences. Now, I don't mean to make light of the situation, but it seems that our patient 1 has a knack for stirring up scientific intrigue. She was just minding her own business when her heart decided to take an unscheduled break, leading to a cardiac arrest. Not exactly the kind of break one hopes for, right? Patient 1 found herself in the neurointensive care unit at the University of Michigan, where her brain became the center of attention. And no, it wasn't because she suddenly developed telekinetic powers or started speaking in ancient tongues. It was because her brain, even after her heart had stopped, was still churning out brain waves. This unexpected display of post-mortem brain activity got the white coats talking and scribbling furiously on their clipboards. For those of you who are wondering, playing dead usually involves a distinct lack of brain activity, not the other way around. Patient 1, however, seemed to have missed that memo too. But hey, who are we to judge? Maybe her brain just didn't get the lights out signal. This peculiar situation has led to a riveting study, led by Professor Jimo Borjigin, who probably didn't expect to be unraveling the mysteries of death when he signed up for a career in neuroscience. Yet, here we are, delving into the unknown, all thanks to patient 1's stubborn brain. To say that the findings from patient 1's brain activity after death were unexpected would be an understatement. It's like finding out that your quiet, unassuming neighbor is actually an international spy. Or in this case, discovering that the brain might still be running the show, even after the rest of the body has called it quits. Seems like patient 1 has more lives than a cat, or is it just her brain playing tricks? Let's see. So, what do you get when you mix a brain, some scientists, and a dash of death? Some really confusing data, apparently. Now, the team at the University of Michigan, led by Professor Jimo Borjigin, came across some truly unexpected findings while investigating patient 1's brain activity post-mortem. It was like trying to decipher an alien language, only the alien was a human brain and the language was its electrical activity. When the life support was switched off, instead of going quiet, the brain started to put on a light show that would put the northern lights to shame. The scientists were left scratching their heads, wondering if they had stumbled upon a secret brain rave party that only happens after you kick the bucket. The findings were so unexpected that it was like expecting a silent movie and getting a rock concert instead. It was as if the brain had its own version of a grand finale fireworks display. But instead of oohs and ahs, it left the scientists with a lot of huh, and what the. This discovery could potentially reshape our understanding of death. It's like we've been reading the book of life and death all wrong. Turns out the final chapter might not be the end, but rather the unexpected encore. But before we all start planning our post-mortem party, let's remember that these are early days in the research. It's like being halfway through a mystery novel. The plot has thickened, but the resolution is still chapters away. So, is death the end or just a really trippy science experiment? The jury's still out on that one. So, what have we learned today? Death is confusing, scientists are baffled, and patient 1 is terrible at staying dead. We've dived into the perplexing world of near-death experiences and how patient 1 is confounding researchers with her post-mortem brain activity. We've explored the groundbreaking research at the University of Michigan that's challenging traditional notions of life and death. And we've even had a quick chuckle over the profound mystery that continues to keep both scientists and philosophers up at night. And there you have it, folks. Death, life, and everything in between. Or is it the other way around? Who knows? Until next time, stay alive out there.